I'm calling this the whiplash election, and here's why. Every head-snapping headline, it's hard to keep up with them all. Day after day, hour after hour, nobody's got the bandwidth to cover everything in this crazy campaign. And it's gone beyond a campaign. It seems like it's now the sort of beating heart of the American culture. Everybody, everywhere is debating Clinton, Trump, Comey, all that stuff in every cubicle, in every coffee shop, and certainly across social media, which increasingly is becoming a kind of a toxic stew of polarization. So I made a list of just all of the insane stuff that's been happening. The media go crazy over each development and sometimes act breathlessly like, well, this is it. You know, there's no way that fill in the blank can survive this. And within a couple of days, it just kind of vanishes. So we have, you know, the weird spectacle of James Comey jumping into this race and opening a new investigation of Hillary Clinton's emails, ending up on Anthony Weiner's laptop. And that, of course, was going to completely change everything. Except so far, according to the polls, it hasn't. So boom, Comey gets into this. Boom, the New York Times reports that Donald Trump avoided hundreds of millions of dollars in income taxes by using a dubious loophole that his own advisors, his own legal advisors and tax advisors said the IRS might not buy. Boom, the Clinton campaign got questions in advance for a CNN town hall from a CNN contributor who also is a top Democratic Party official. Boom, the Washington Post reports that Donald Trump has sought credit for lots and lots of charitable donations that he didn't make or that other people made. Boom, the same James Comey, I'm calling it Comey Island, he was looking into whether the Russians were trying to influence the U.S. election through cyber warfare, but said FBI shouldn't say that publicly because it might appear partisan before an election. I know what some Democrats would think about that. And it goes on and on and on. The hacked emails about the Clinton Foundation, the Democratic Attorney General of New York shutting down fundraising for the Trump Foundation. It's really hard to follow it all, and I do this for a living. And so I guess I'm reaching the conclusion that all of these things in a, quote, normal election, any one of them, you know, not releasing your tax returns, being under FBI investigation twice, would probably knock that candidate or that nominee out of the race. But it's become almost second nature. Maybe we've all become numb to it all. And I think something else is going on here. In this blizzard of charges and countercharges, of cable news obsessions and front page stories and allegations that are denied and charges of bad motivation and all of that, not to mention whether Russia is involved in an American election. In this blizzard, the views of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump by most people have become so frozen that these stories just melt away. It is very, very hard to move the needle at this point. The Clinton fans say, oh, this is just more BS, and the Trump fans say this is just more piling on by the media and Trump's political enemies. Well, you know, in reality, I wonder if there are, 100 people left in the country who are truly undecided. But the polls are tightening. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen. And so it's our job as journalists to keep up with this stuff. But sometimes, man, it is really hard.